Welcome to another episode and video on my walking robot Mirft2, based on the fischertechnik TXT controller running embedded Linux and programmed in online mode using Python. Last time, or the time before that, I started using a cloth again to eliminate to introduce real friction for the legs, and I came across several issues, returning, intermittent, etc. One of the problems is that for some reason the counters of the motor don't go equal, with the result that it either turns to the right or to the left. I can't measure distance. At least the method, API method that should measure the distance returns 0 instead of the covered distance. So I have to look into that. And what I also have to look at is why one of the counters is not being displayed properly. Also monitoring the battery. So let's see how everything works out. And one other thing is that it only drives, or it only walks for a short time, and I want to find out why. So, right, first of all, I'm going to log into the controller. And this is remarkable because SSH says no root to host. And now I should be logged in. And I am. So that is already quite remarkable. Why does it show no root to host and it does log in? Anyway, I am in. So let's make sure that I have some code. Oh, of course I have to clean up the mess after last time, making sure that there are no typos like some time ago. So TXT image, TXT gray, TXT result all goes away for now, and the real gray image also goes away. Now I have a clean sheet. So I'm good to go, or should be good to go. Let's run and see whatever happens. If something happens. Okay, connected, camera connected, that's good. Oh, see, and that is what I meant. It walks a bit and stops. Now on screen it says if motor finished. Motors have 20 counter difference. 488 versus 468. But the distance is 0. Is it really 0? That's something I need to find out. So let's switch camera and see how things work out. Alright, now it had robot has stopped. and as seen, the distance of the right side motor is 0, which I don't believe. So what I can do is see if it's just the right side motor. So I am going to duplicate these lines, change that to right, left I mean, and then finally this one. So if one of them stays 0 and the other gives a distance, I know that it is one counter, because right here it is right, the right side gives value, the left side gives nothing. So that's most curious. Why does it do that? So let's save this and see whatever happens. Hopefully something does happen. And go. Well, something definitely does happen, but not the way I expected it. Alright, now we have 829 and 356. Oh, that is obvious. That is curious. Very curious. So this is 829 while the former count was 488, and this has gone, well, lower, and 829 is nice. So somehow I don't really get it. Alright, let's go to how things are defined. TXT motor 1. Alright, if I look in RoboPro, this is motor 1, this is motor 2. And if I touch the sensors, of which I have 3, I press this one, and that's 1. So let me turn this around. And this one is obviously 3. If I count the motors, then there's 1 and there's 2. So let me lift it a little bit, so like this, and then say, alright, let's go. And see how one behaves. Alright, that's the other one. M1. Wait, which one is this? That's obviously the left side. That is the left side which goes. M2 is left. And writing it down, so M1 is right, which counts as well. Ugh, that's ugly, but it does count. So if, let's go now here, motor 1 is 1, and so it is, this means that I let's see, M2, this is M2, which is left, which would be correct. Yeah, that is correct. So, which is then here? This is then motor 1 and this is motor 2. However, if I look here, if I am correct, C4 is this one. Oh, that's counting, yeah, so M2 is counting C4. M2 is counting C4, but that is the same as this one. So now I have to make sure that everything is straightened up and that I'm looking at the right side and the right counter. Once again, which one is which? And that is 2 and 3. And there's no other than 2 and 3. And alright. So further going in the analysis, this is 3. So the right side is 3. Right side is 3, which means that this is 4, C4. So let me make a note of it. So this is C4, which automatically implies that this is C3. Here as well, C4 and C3. So which one goes? If I press this one, where does it go? That goes with C3. Yes, and M2 goes with C4, which is the left one. M2 is this is M2, so and this way I can no longer make any mistakes in that. It just is a necessary analysis to make sure that I don't make any mistakes in this one. Not anymore, at least. So what is the battery voltage right now? 8.9. Okay, no problem. So it has turned now because I did things manually. Let me see whatever happens now, because I am now going to reset all counters. Does it have an effect in Python? I'm very curious. So after reset, let's see how these numbers will be. And there we go, both legs. Really? Where does it start? Well, it is less than the other. Right, so I assume that they have been reset. And how much are they now? Okay, yeah. So they did reset. What I'm less pleased with is, of course, the current distances, because they are absolutely zero. Which makes me think there is no error given while executing, so I don't have the wrong firmware version. So this does apply, then why doesn't it work? Another point is, it should work, because this makes this makes sure that this is fulfilled. And if I go back here, that's way too far. I set the distance of 1200. And this only happens when it is when the 1200 is fulfilled, or in this case when the distance is fulfilled. So what happens if I increase the distance? Let me do that. Let me say 2400. Let's do that. Yeah, and another reset. The other is 0 anyway. So then this should be should end up at 300 something. Let's see. 600 something. Yeah. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, I will have quite a few images by now. Let's take again the red images, what I'm looking for. 953. Point 34. Oh, this has been a very old image, because if you look here, it should be at the left side, it is on the right side. So this is an old image. And yes, I am right now at 1019. So I should look at this image. Then let's say 18. And that's a very different image. That is this one. So how red is it anyway? I see the contours. I see some red. Here I see clear contours and yeah, red-ish. So that actually does work. But without properly working motors, it is no use to concentrate or to use the images. Let's run again. By the way, moving it. Not much different. Not much different at all. Can I use distance anyway in that case? I'm afraid I can't. I can't use distance, while this is clearly used to make them walk, to make the motors walk synchronized, so they do exactly the same. Well, needless to say, that's not happening. At least if counter value is coupled to set distance, because that's another one. That's a serious question if that is the case. It should be, because how else would you measure the distance? If this is 2400 pulses and this is, or counts, and this is 300 counts, then it should go a lot further anyway. That's a good question. How far can you go? How far should you go? And the API documentation says it should work. Not quite so. Which leads to the question, what to do? How do I get a nicely walking robot without any of these things interfering? Because this counters and not gelijk, niet gelijk, and I'm not seeing that either. So, which is strange. So it does do this clearly, and then it gets current counter value, and if they are not equal, then print counters not gelijk, niet gelijk. And that's not what happens. So that's strange as well. The counters are not equal, and yet this is not printed. So much for a nice walking algorithm. Alright, then I am going to make a radical change here. Not 2400, 24,000. So it won't happen for a while that it should stop. And let's see whatever happens if I say okay, go. But okay, that should also imply that I have to reset this one. Very good. how much voltage do I have left? That is 8,8 volts. That's good, very good. So putting this one correct, and let's go. Let's see how long it walks. You're joking. $24,000 as a distance, and it walks 77. It gets less and less. Not kidding. And it stops. So what is set distance anyway? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of counter value? How are they related anyway? I know that look here at the declaration. So I have a TXT. TXT says get current counter value, which is C3 obviously. Then I have from txt.motor, and that is motor rechts, the right side motor. This one, supposedly. Well, obviously, because that is the one. But this doesn't make sense at all. Does it even get to motor? Okay, so last part for this episode. Another thorough analysis, and apart from nice pictures, the big question is what is the influence on of the distance setting? How are distance and counter value related? And again, they are the distance says absolute 0. A change to 24,000 has no effect whatsoever, while the motors are not really synchronized, considering that the last counter value for the right side motor is 316 and for the left side motor is 183. Which is roughly the half of it, but then again, it doesn't make sense. Not synchronized in any way. Is it hardware? Is it my code? Is it the firmware? As yet, I have no idea. And with that, I thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like. You can also follow me on Twitter. If you do, please retweet, like and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. Please like and leave a comment. You can also pass my video and my website forward through social media that you use, etc. Please show your support by donating, up to you of course, but it's mostly very much appreciated. And you can also show your support by becoming a patron and have your name mentioned as such, depending on the monthly pledge you make, either on my website or on my website as well as my videos. This is of course going to be continued. Once again, thank you for watching.